Have you ever wondered how some people turn life's obstacles into opportunities? How can you develop unshakable mental toughness and unlock that incredible power of resilience? In this episode, we delve into the topic of resilience and discuss how you can cultivate unbreakable mental fortitude and conquer adversity. Join me on this transformative journey that could reshape your life and outlook. Get ready to supercharge your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. Are you in a new season of your life? Are you stuck and searching for clarity so you can make a career change? Do you just need the courage to switch careers? Are you ready to follow God's plan for your career? Welcome to Choose Your Next Yes. Hi, Kindred. I'm Mel, a career transition coach, mom of grown-ups, coffee lover, and God girl. I've had a lot of big life changes, and I haven't always been clear about God's plan for me. This led to stress and anxiety and a lack of clarity and courage to make a career move. I finally started listening to God's voice to find clarity and peace and stopped being scared to make a move and achieve my career transition goals. Now, my mission is to help you learn to listen to God's voice and know when to say yes to the career you've always wanted and no to everything else. Let me show you how to clarify your purpose and find courage to pursue your personal and professional goals in your midlife and beyond. Throw down your self-doubt, dust off your dreams, Kindred. It's time to reset and refine and reclaim the woman you once aspired to be. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Mel Vandevort, and I am so excited. I have a guest with us today. I have Michelle Kinnett, and she is going to give us a great message today. Michelle's from Oklahoma, but I'm going to let her introduce herself and give you a much better picture of who she is than I could ever give you. I do want to tell a quick story. She is from Oklahoma, and the last time we talked, my son had just gone there, and he was catfish noodling in the area where she's located in Oklahoma. So I thought that was kind of a cool connection. That's the first time he had gone catfish noodling, and he loved it. And they have some big old fish down there in Oklahoma, let me tell you. I'm sure we have catfish that big here too, Michelle, but I think they caught a 40-pound one and a 50-pound catfish, and those are huge.
Oh my.
I know, those are huge. He was holding them up, or they were holding them up, him and his friend's dad. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would be scared to reach in a hole in the river and grab one of those out of there, but apparently he was fine with it. So welcome to the show, Michelle. We're super glad to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I am so excited to be with you today. And yes, I am from Oklahoma, and I have never been noodling, and I don't ever plan to go.
Yeah,
I don't have a desire to do that.
I am more worried. I don't think I would worry too much about grabbing a catfish as much as I would worry about a snapping turtle grabbing me. So,
right.
I'm totally on land with you on that one. So.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, I'm glad he enjoyed it. There is lots to do around here when it comes to fishing and water sports. That's for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Tell us about yourself today.
Yes. Well, I am 48 years old. I have lived in Oklahoma my entire life, and I am a mom of 6. And I've been a homeschool mom for 22 years.
Oh my gosh, that is a full plate already. 6 with homeschooling is like, you are my hero right now, because I have 3 boys and I am an educator and never would have thought to attempt homeschooling because my kids, for some reason, thought I was the dumbest person ever, even though I was a teacher. And so...
Yes, anything that you're an expert in or that you specialize in, that's the last thing that your kids want you to teach them. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, there has been harder years, definitely. I have three grown children now and just have three at home, two teenagers and a 9-year-old. And so life is looking a little different now when it comes to homeschooling. And this upcoming year, there's going to be lots of changes in our home, which is exciting. But yeah, that's the last 20 years of my life. I was married. I stayed at home for most of that. I spent a lot of time mentoring women as kind of an outlet through the homeschool community and through a company that I worked for. And I just really built up a love for um, guiding women through just hardships and decision making in life as they were homeschooling their children as well. So yeah, it's been a lot of years where I juggled my family, my home, and also encouraging women, which is something that I really enjoy doing.
Yes, me too. Absolutely. Continue on. Tell us a little more about you and what you do and how you got started.
Okay, yeah, sure. So I am a certified life coach and I specialize in helping women who are going through a transition or entering new chapters of their life. Some refer to it as midlife, some don't. Some of them are not in that season, but still are going through transition. And I support them and help them to tap into what their purpose is in this new season and just gaining the clarity that they need to take the next steps and to understand who they are now after dedicating their lives for years to other things
Yes.
and not putting themselves first. As women, we tend to lose ourselves in that process. And and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that because
Right.
that's what builds us up and creates who we are in this new season.
Yes.
And so it's a support that I really enjoy watching women learn how to navigate something new and really learning how to believe in themselves and trust themselves and step out into something that God really has put into their heart. So that's the life coaching aspect of it is something that I'm very passionate about. The way that I got to this point was going through a divorce after 19 years of being at home,
Mm-hmm.
and there came a point where I knew that life was going to be completely different. It was going to change, and I was going to have to figure out what I was going to do moving forward to be a provider and just have a different role in my life now and for my children and in my home.
Yes.
And it was a scary time because I had finished college, I had a degree, but for 20 years, changed diapers and chased kids and went to activities and, just all the things and didn't use a degree. I was not in the corporate world. And
So
so
your degree was in, what was your degree?
it was in finance.
Oh, okay.
which,
Yeah.
which had nothing, business. It was a business major. I had these dreams and aspirations when I was young that I wanted to go into corporate and climb the ladder. And yeah, after I started having children, I realized that that's not what I wanted to do. And
Right.
uh, I actually transitioned from college. I started working for my mom, who is an entrepreneur and 75. She's 75 and she still works full time. She has her own business, brick and mortar, but it's pretty
Wow.
awesome. Yes. And
Yes.
so she's been my inspiration to step out in this huge change in my life, to not really settle for status quo. That was my thing. I just didn't want to settle for status quo. I could have. Um, I probably could have worked for her, or I could have started my own business in that area. She's a bookkeeper and does taxes. She's an accountant. I could have gone that direction because of my degree, but that's not what lit me up. It's not what fulfilled me. And
Yes.
I knew that within me, deep within me, there was something that I had to pursue. And for years, while I was raising my children, like my number one message to them outside of knowing who God is and living a life for God was that they could be anything that they wanted to be. Like the world was theirs, and I wanted them to have the freedom and the permission to go out and explore and to decide through experience what they wanted and how they wanted to live their life.
Mm-hmm.
And that message was always something that was deep within me. And I always wanted to be able to see other women to be able to step out. And, honestly, I think I always wanted to step out. There was a part of me that there was more for me to step out and do and to rise to a new level.
Yes.
And when I realized that the divorce was going to happen, then that's what I chose to do. And God began to open those doors and lead me because I was seeking for something specific. And when we really go before the Lord and ask for something, I believe that He begins to guide us and begins to show us what it is that we're searching for. And one of the things that I really wanted before all of this came about was to know Him in ways that maybe I didn't know Him. And boy, He has taken me on a journey, that is for sure. And it
Yes.
started with just wanting to know more of Him, but it led to knowing more about me and who He is for me. And then how how He provides for me and how He has just created me. And then I've been able to create a path to move forward, to step into who He's created me to be and how I can serve others.
Yeah. There's a couple of things. Stepping out and really, when you have that longing and you've had it for all of those years, and then it gets really strong when your kids are about to leave home and you really realize, in a few years, I'm going to be alone, not alone alone as in I don't have to be a full-time mom. And you've had that longing and that desire and that wanting all of those years of being a full-time mom, and now you have that opportunity to step out and find that purpose. And you said your mom is still working at 75, so clearly she has found that purpose that she was designed for. And I think sometimes as women, we think that when we get to a certain age, oh, we can't, midlife. I'm 50 now. And I think sometimes we get that thing in our head where that thing says, you can't do anything else. You're already midlife. You just need to continue what you're doing and not try to step out and do anything different. And those experiences through life, I think, kind of taint the way we think, and the world taints the way we think. And we kind of forget that we have a whole half of our life still yet that we can do something. And your mom is a great testament to that. She's still working at 75. So 75 is a long way from 50. That's a whole long time to have a new career and continue working if you find the thing that God has designed you to do. So I really think
Absolutely.
that her doing that at this age and still wanting to is a testament to the women who are out there who think they can't do something different.
Absolutely. And, I can relate to that. When I started going through this transition, I was 43. And even at 43, I felt like my life was over. I was
Mm-hmm.
too old to do anything else. And I just had this big question mark that just lingered above my head all the time. Like, what in the world would I do? And that's part of this discovery that God just has taken me through, because I was really desperate for answers. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
had no idea at that point. Fast forward, yes, I'm a life coach now, but I didn't even know what a life coach was at that time. I
Right.
had been mentoring women in a different space. I had helped, would help them through different transitions in their lives, but in a different way. And I had to really lean in and ask the question, well, if this is where I am and I don't know where to go, then who am I? And what is it that I'm supposed to do moving forward? What can I do?
Yes.
And that's where I started to begin to reflect, um, what was it that made me happy? What made me excited back in, the days that I was confined to my schedule at home? What would I dream about doing? If I had a day off or if I had time to go live a life that looked differently, what was it that excited me? And being able to tap into that and spend a lot of time reflecting and discovering who I am now, not who I was 20 years ago when I started this journey of adulthood and parenting, um, it really allowed me to see myself in a different way. I realized how much God loved me. I realized how He has created me. And
Mm-hmm.
He gave me permission to move forward and make mistakes and just really love who I am and enjoy this journey that I'm on and understand that I do have a new season of life that I can serve women who maybe is going through things that I have gone through or something similar because of what I've been through
Mm-hmm.
and because of how God has created me. So it was the discovery of who I am and who God is for me that really opened those doors and allowed me to get over that idea of being too old because I was
Yes.
stuck there for a while. I was terrified because
Right.
I felt like there was nothing else I could do.
What a great conversation so far with Michelle. I can't wait to get back here on Monday and finish up our conversation. But for today, I'm going to leave you with what we've talked about so far so you can have a little bit of processing time. And I need a little processing time myself. And I was even part of the conversation. So if you could do me a real quick favor and jump on over to Apple iTunes or Apple Podcasts and leave me a rating and a review, I would so very much appreciate it. It only takes about 30 seconds just to pop over there and do that real quickly. And you're probably listening on Apple Podcast or Apple iTunes at this moment anyway, so just click on there. Also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. I hope today's content has blessed you in some way as you continue on your journey toward everything that God has in store for your life. Have a great weekend, my friends. I will see you back here on Monday. Bye-bye.